Top and smoke, so presumably a bit of a tactical and technical execution here. We'll see them head towards middle and focus towards this A side of the map.
Well, they've been running this pistol where they like to set long control, then go into the upper bathrooms, back down through connector. At least that's what they did against Heat just the other day. 1xBet odds are favoring Heroic. I was about to call them the Danes. And I have to catch ourselves there. As, it's a bit more of a slower crawl, and you look at this stack. Blame, he's on the stairs right now. He might be the first to find a bit of contact here. stavn is about to round the corner. Config's the one to take point.
Yeah, well, here come the first couple of kills here. Who'll come out on top? It's Config. Firing off some shots towards the playground. Nothing really connecting just yet, but we have got Cadian pushing down towards long as well. So just waiting to see what kind of positional control he can find. blameF dropped by that P250. That's a nice start for Heroic, and they will capitalize. Bomb drop, though. Precise shot from Config, a couple of them.
All right, well, Config's on form early here. Let's see how many more he can grab. The USP has been gooshed and taken down by TeSeS. It's Farley, the man of the moment here. Perched behind the dice boxes. There's a rotation in. He's been joined by Zip on the side. It is just glaive defending the B for now. And well, there's no full commit. We know Heroic like these longer plays. Make the CTs guess, rotate around the map, keep them questioning in the silence. And stavn is hoping somebody overlooks.
Well, it's up to Farley and Zipex right now. 30 seconds remaining. They still have a flashbang, and they get closer and closer towards the A side. stavn trying to open things up. Zipex spots in the Molotov deployed, and it will be Farley. Zipex opening things up. They're looking very clean for Astralis. Just stavn remaining now. 20 seconds. Bomb on his back, and I doubt he'll be able to do much more with this. Astralis looking very tight. No chance to fall back towards B. Looking for any sort of consolation frags at this stage, and they're not going to give him anything. 10 seconds remaining as he is bled out of the round. glaive to close things out, and a good start for Astralis on their opponent's map pick here.
Very well handled after the opening death of Blame. The 2 kills coming in from Config. They were stunners, and then the shot from Farley towards long that alleviated pressure from that choke point. Here they are again from Config.
Very clean.
And this is it, right? Everybody knows you've played with a guy, if he gets a couple of kills and pissed around, he sits on a heater. Well, let's see if Config's that type of a player. We know that he's Mr. Inconsistent, as it were, but he's also a monster. Now, let's see if he's got that. And the yelling from the pistol round straight out the gates. glaive is not messing about here today.
Yeah, no love lost between these two teams. And we will see the UMP brought out by blameF. Now, a weapon I'm not a fan of, but he does make it work, Chad. It has to be said. He always seems to get a couple of kills up against the 4-spy here of Heroic, of course. Desert Eagles and a scout for Cadian. Looking to create some incisions here. Looking towards short, and glaive, well, he's got full control of that position with Zipex watching the door for him.
Well, these Deagles and Scout might get the fights they're looking for against 4M4s, because if you're Astralis, you're not going to be too scared, but maybe you should be. You've got the weapon advantage, but just a Deagle bullet straight through the head is going to be a real issue. They have the util to work with, as mentioned. There's only 2 smokes for Astralis to block with here, and no defuse kit if they do find themselves in a post-plant scenario. So there are some issues. It's going to come down to these opening exchanges.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And for now, it's a very defensive stance from Astralis. You can see blameF, the only player that actually up close and personal, of course, with the SMG, sitting behind the smoke right now, and they are encroaching on his position. Just juggling the utility. They still have 2 smokes trying to make their way towards the A side, it seems. No one towards the B side of the map. Cadian alone towards long once again. You can see Blame. Well, he's being set up for a big spray down here. Farley will suggest he's falling back to the bomb side, but this is where it all starts now. Does he go a bit further? Good flashbang. The UMP, not known to spray multiple players down. He'll get one and do a lot of damage towards TeSeS, but there's the response, a double kill from those Deagles. Now it's all down to Config, waiting there towards the truck. I don't think he stands much of a chance here.
So blind, perfect flashes, the util. It was those opening exchanges. Even though Blame found the timing on the push, Farley was completely white. Same for Config there. Just potent utility there from Heroic. They're going to snatch a couple of M4s out of this.
Yeah. What a round this was. Chad, what if he had the MP9 there? What do you reckon?
Look, either way, well, maybe, because TeSeS on 3 HP.
Yeah.
It's possible. I guess he wanted the armor penetration, but the TTK, the time to kill, I believe is.
It's a bit lower, isn't it? Like
We're going to get a lot of this here. I can't wait. They're going to both lose their voice by the end of this evening.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting camera feed to follow. Well, it is going to be round number 3. I assume the 4-spy will be coming back from Astralis. Let's have a look at those Deagle shots. So it's good flashbang, decent attempt, but even better as stavn and Yabi able to pick up a couple of frags. You can see how flash Config was there towards the back of the site. Yabi to close things out there, and it will be 1-1. We've got ourselves something quite interesting, Chad. We've got 4 HE grenades for Astralis, so we'll see where they position themselves. Actually gone for a 5-man B stack here, and it's actually a B rush as well. Will this work out for them? Absolute pandemonium on the bomb site here, but we are seeing TeSeS get the first frag, but it's back and forth we go. Heroic out of control for now, but blameF still alive and kicking. Back to a 2-on-2, Glaven back up.
Oh, Glaive the loose piece. The spam wild here. It's given Blame a bit of a buffer. 1-on-1 right now. It's sjuush. Well, he picks that one up. So the force bite dealt with. It was chaotic and one surviving. Look at this. Yeah, it's just another game. It's just another game. Doesn't matter to us. This is just another game. Yeah, of course it is. This means a lot. This means the world to these.
Absolutely.
Look, if you're heroic going up against Astralis, the pride of Denmark, it doesn't matter who's the best in the world, doesn't matter who has the higher ranking, it matters who is the sweetheart of Danish Counter-Strike. And I can tell you this much, it's definitely Astralis. Every time heroics step into the server against their arch nemesis, there's something to prove. And whoever comes out on top today is the best Danish team until these two teams meet again.
Very good
There's a lot on the line.
Absolutely is. And it will be heroic with a nice advantage going into round number 4 here. That B rush works out for them, but just about. The USP's fighting back here. Config, he'll get one towards shore. This is rock and sock'em Counter-Strike right now. No one's slowing down. They're willing to take all of the jewels, but for now, a 4 versus 3. Farlig down to 1 point of health, and Cadian looking to sabotage the defense here. 3 players actually towards B as well, so they're walking into the Lion's Den, but looks like they should be absolutely fine. Who will strike next? Down spots a player towards the barrels. He's Molotov'd out. He's burning to a crisp, and there's the kill.
Okay, well, this one should be tidied up now. Tuck them into bed here and get the third on the board. Is turning their back. sjuush, the safety net as always, will pick up the kill on Farley. Now it's just Blame. Last man standing. And he has a pesky P250 in his hands. Now, he is a sharp individual. He's been noted now, and never mind, I won't even start ramping for that one. We can leave it as it lies, and the guns will come out.
Now, it has to be said, Chad, with the Heroic already guaranteeing a top 3 place here, the pressure's somewhat off them, right? They can play a little bit looser and present maps like Overpass to kind of throw a curveball in. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like they can be more fired up and play a little bit easier into this one?
They can definitely take more risks, for sure, right? They're not going to be as rigid, whereas Astralis, they're playing for their own fate here. Now, as Maui mentioned on the desk, even if they lose, there's an opportunity they could still make it through. That's Astralis, but they allow the other teams to decide their fate in a way. And
you don't want that.
No, not at all. So you want to stay in control. You want to get the victory here. If you are Astralis out the gates, the spam, not going to land. Reposition, Glaive, it's through smokes, it's through walls, it's going to work.
These have been very quick rounds to kick things off here on Overpass. Absolutely love it here on Super Sunday. That's going to be a 5-on-4 as sjuush is silenced towards that door position. A boost in response, down. Hasn't spotted anything so far, but the incendiary will send them packing. Does quite a lot of damage, actually. You have to waste the smoke on that one.
Yeah, so not only did they get the lick of the flame, they waste a key piece of utility. And here's Blame, the loose piece on A, starting to push, and we'll find the timing on TeSeS, but the spin around. Okay, drawing us back into a 4-on-4. A good find for TeSeS here. Let's grab that bomb, a minute on the clock.
And now we can see the CT defense spread a little thin. Config has to fall back to assist Farley and Zipex with the off angle. Does he come out on top here? Nice work. Sprays down the first and the second. That's solid as you like. Smoke to go down, and I think he's got the triple kill here. Very nice work from Zipex there. 1 player remaining. That's going to be Cadian. That's got a chance in this one. The bomb within his reach and throws a Molotov behind the smoke here as well, but surely will be surrounded. Has to go for the reload, and Config will take care of him. Excellent work from Zipex there.
Yeah, very audacious from Cadian to try and chase him down with a USP as well right there. So you can see that things aren't quite right in how some of these fights and duels are being taken. But yeah, you bang on. Zip just sitting in this deep monster position, locking them down. And this is sturdy work, especially with only 20 bullets in that M4. Yeah, so he didn't panic, he didn't try and reload, didn't pull out the pistol. He good economy of his ammunition there. Yeah,
pretty textbook Counter-Strike. He wasn't flashed off. There was no real pressure coming his way. Just dealt with the players in front of him. That's all you can ask for. As we get into round number 6 here, Heroic with the full buy, of course. And the Farley AWP, that's actually going towards long this time, Chad. So a change of setup here, potentially, with Config towards that connector as well.
Well, these nades, I think they're going to do an awful lot after the train passes, the ticket's punched, and there's nobody right now in the range to tagged by these grenades. Now, there is a rotation of Config starting to come back over. Is he just looking for you to? Well, Farley's looking for a kill, and it's going to be a duel for TeSeS against Farley and Blame the entire time through. But that's a great flash and a great fight for TeSeS. 2 rounds in a row, he's dealt with one of these loose pieces on A.
And that's his own flashbang as well. That's a one-man play towards long, takes down the AWPer. That is fantastic news for Heroic to kick off round number 6 here. So they've lost the AWP now. That's going to cause rotations, and the A bomb site being bolstered by Config.
This is the call coming out from Cadian. As you mentioned, no AWP, so we shouldn't have to worry about the sight lines all the way down long. We can push them off quite easily here.
It makes a lot of sense to actually go into an execution. That would make a lot of sense indeed. But in terms of blameF's position, he's down towards long. He has got himself an M4 config on the MP9, just to note that. So a difficult one here. Horrible situation. We'll see Zipex take down Yabi. That's towards the B monster tunnel, I believe.
Okay, well, that shot from Katie, and it freaked me out a little bit. I won't lie. I thought that one tagged from nowhere, but TeSeS, a chance again here. This time it's going to be Blame.
This is the key frag, isn't it? This is the one. And it will be blameF to come out on top, so he can confirm long is clear, but they are encroaching towards the A bomb site here. Nice opening kill. The no-scope has to connect, and now it's down to the MP9. Double kill for Convict, drops the bomb, and a solid defense once again from Astralis there. After losing the first player as well, they come back on top.
All right, and you can see Trace, the coach, they're getting fired up as well. Smiles on the faces early here. This map does have quite the CT lean, so Astralis are going to have to add a lot more to this bank balance.
Yeah, well, this will certainly help. Farming the cash here with the MP9 up close and personal. After losing Farley so early on as well, they still managed to hold on to the A bomb site. And we did say blameF's position was key there. He gets that kill towards TeSeS, and they forces him down to an eco.
Well, they might be letting Config off the leash here. He's retained this MP9. He knows that they're likely without armor, so let's see how many he can find. How far will he go? We know that Config loves a push.
He certainly does.
Not always
Better
the
or for
most
worse.
advised pushes sometimes, but in this scenario, let him off, let him off, let him go. He's at the dog park. There's plenty of chew toys around.
We'll see what he can make of it. He's towards the short tunnel for now, and Heroic just pumping the brakes, trying to bait out some of that utility. It's worth it. Give yourself 40 seconds. They'll have to use their smoke, some incendiaries. It all costs cash. And Config, slowly but surely, pushing in towards T-spawn, chomping at the bit to get stuck in here. And so far, so good. This is great information. No one waiting for him, actually, as it will be Heroic just navigating their way towards connector and middle. Glaive has spotted them, though, dropped down the smoke and tries to create a diversion as Config comes in for the huge backstab now. Trying to lock them in.
It looks like it's being considered that they're trying to nade through the door. I'm glad they've attempted to use the nade, so I think they've done more damage to themselves than the opponent. So Glaive's in a bit of trouble here, but here comes Config to the rescue through the gray screen into 4 players. Hello. How do you pop it?
I don't like it.
Oh, it's only one and done. Now the kills are coming back. They picked up the AK. TeSeS has 2.
This was a full eco chat. Glock, no armor, and now it's anyone's round. Back to a 2-on-2. This is a nightmare for Astralis. 30 seconds remaining. Farley positioned towards long, but that's where they're heading.
Both going long. They could run him over here. Farley's going to need to get both, or they could run to the site. The USP's out. TeSeS around the corner. He's grabbed one. He's grabbed both. Farley steps up when they need him, but that was scrappy from Astralis.
Wow, shouldn't be that close, but fortunately for them, Farley makes his name known in round number 7. Double kill the USP there, couldn't use the AWP, but he comes out on top. This was sloppy. Glaive going for those speculative spams there, runs out of bullets, ran down with the PG-50s and Glocks, and Config only good for 1 with that backstab. Are you kidding? Well, saving the day. The young sniper steps up, and Astralis take the lead 4-3 now. Full buy, I would say, but Cadian's only got the P250 chat.
He wants to get out the AWP in the next, doesn't he? He does these crazy moves.
Yeah.
Cadian. So let's see if he can facilitate his teammates to look for a fight or 2. 4 of them heavy over towards B early as they've thrown out some standard utility at A, extinguished the aggressive CT Molotov, one of their own back, and well, that is going to keep Blame planted. They're coming straight through B. Zip's got caught with a nade in the hand, and sjuush is going to get the opener here. Well, that's a free gun for Katie, and he can find himself a rifle. They're just going to keep pushing forward. Only one man on the side, blindsided sjuush, but Glaive goes down, and that should be the round. It has to be a save. Think about all the damage they took against Glocks. They have to save.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. They actually entered this one with a double AWP setup as well. Config with the secondary sniper. It gets nothing done whatsoever, and it's a contact B play with a couple of flashbangs. They bulldozer through the B bomb side there. Clean as you like. sjuush with the double kill. TeSeS bringing up the rear, and we got blameF and Farley, as you mentioned. No choice but to save this one. And Cadian, he's even got himself a rifle now.
Yeah, I want to build up for everybody at home as well. We were talking about this this derby between the 2 biggest Danish names in Counter-Strike, Heroic and Astralis here. There's the rivalry between the players in the server, but there's also the media coverage at home.
Sure.
If any Danes are watching, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about here. But this is one of the top fixtures that people at home would be watching on a Sunday evening. It's going to be in the newspaper tomorrow. This is not like a normal, well, yeah, normal country where 2 teams from the same country we go toe-to-toe as newspaper news.
Absolutely, it's becoming somewhat of a national sport over there. 10 Danish players in the server, and they are absolutely sending it on the Heroic side and towards that B bomb site. Excellent work there. The flashbang's very effective, and Astralis have to limp off with the 2 rifles saved. They have got the AWP for Farley, and enough to reinvest into the round. It's a dead tie for now, 4-4. Config towards long once again, and it's a bit more of a B lean. As we'll see, Heroic set up their grenades here, and a bit of a stack actually at the start to see if they get the early pick with the sniper, but nothing found.
Okay, well, Farley being very proactive here. think if he can find himself a pick over towards the sewer pipe. Now, Cadian's just on the other side. He's going to jump the shot and actually gets tagged. So that's a problem right there. glaive's gone down support. Finally, you're going to have to run here. The nades are coming after you as well. This B-bomb side is in a bit of trouble.
It's huge. glaive protecting his sniper there towards shore, and now they're a man down on the B-bomb site. Heroic very aware of it. Starting to creep through, the Molotov deployed. Yabi spots the sniper falling back. It's down to Farley here to try and find a couple if possible. They retreat though. I think that's the right call. Hold on to the man advantage. Done a lot of damage over there. And Config and blameF to be tested once again. Config taking matters into his own hands. Pushing down towards long, hunting for intel here, hoping to catch them off guard, but they're already deep in the bathrooms. If anything, he's left blameF on a bit of an island here.
Okay, well, Cadian's got a heaven smoke lined up. 2 players on A, are they going to initiate first?
I guess that maybe they go through spawn, like they're trying to suggest it's a fake, but it's Config that finds that bathrooms player, and now the B bomb site is under attack, and Farley, he's holding them off.
Okay.
What are they up to?
I'm not sure. stavn is going to have to sit and wait for a moment. Maybe not anymore. He's given up his position. Cadian's gone down in the interim, and this flank...
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for, but it feels like it's over-engineered, right?
And yeah, they could have just grouped up and hit the site together after that pick, so TeSeS is way too late to the party here.
Oh, this is kill.
They might be able to plant. He can plant on the side of the pillar there. They have to think about this short push, which is coming through to try and deny the plant, but the bomb's gone down. stavn's picked that up too. It's a one-on-one against Config, and he's found himself an AWP.
A bizarre round, but still a chance of victory here for Heroics. Down low, 15 HP, and Config up close from the heaven position will be taking him down. Only had a slither of health there. Not much he could do. A very strange round there, Chad. Like I said, over-engineered. It felt like going for some sort of a fake and backstab towards CD Spawn. But you're right, they had the advantage. Sticking together probably would have been a better port of call there.
Well, this is sometimes the downfall of Heroic in these rounds, right? They like to be tricky. They like to try and run their opponents for a bit of a loop. And this time it doesn't pan out. Now, as far as the finances go, they can get another buy. This was the opener from stavn.
A freebie, so, really.
Yeah, you can see the corpse right there. And Farley's also trying to dodge the bullets. Now, this is 10 seconds. TeSeS gets that kill. stavn lucky to stay alive against Zip. I think he's unfortunate that he found the AWP.
Sure.
He was looking for another rifle of some variety, but the AWP's what he scooped up. And this is what we're talking about. Astralis, maybe they win the round, yeah, but it's 2 MP9s, one for Zip, one for glaive, and AWP for Farley. Rifles for the other two, blame and config here. TeSeS has opted to go into a MAC-10. So both teams with a few emissions here.
Well, still close as you like. No one can find a solid lead yet. Astralis 5-4, but only one player surviving in the previous round. They have a couple of MP9s, barely any utility, a couple of kits up against pretty much the same on the Heroic side. Nice playground position from blameF. Farley there with the AWP as well, backing him up, but it's the B bomb site under scrutiny here. Not so much a full execution available, Chad. They don't have that much to work with. They've juggled their grenades around, given them to Cadian and stavn, and maybe just another contact play with the flashbangs. That should slow them down, though.
Going through this straight into the MP9 to Zip. He's got head armor here, so it's going to be toe-to-toe. As this time round, he gets caught off guard, but glaive tries to mop up the mess. They've been able to take so much space without knowing it. Now, they are going to have to go through the diligent clears, the rotation coming back over, and the X factor of this round is blame. He's on a long flank. Heroic still haven't completely taken the site just yet. The bomb about to get planted now.
Yeah, he's all the way in T-spawn as well. They do have kits to work with here, but in the 4-on-3 with an AWP in the mix as well, I don't think it's worth it yet. I think going for exits, and you can tell by the movement right now, I think that's exactly what's happening. That comes down to the minutiae, though. That's an SMG battle at the mouth of Monster. Could have gone either way. Zipex didn't really get much done. He was fully blinded in that position. Did some damage, of course, but ultimately TeSeS coming out on top with the MAC-10. He gets a double kill, and that's all they need to take over the site. Now,
we have multiple games here running simultaneously on the B and C streams. If you want to check out ENCE versus Complexity, which is on the B stream, head over to ESL_CSGO B at the end of your Twitch URL. And MOUZ versus Heat, that is ESL_CSGO C. Very simple to go to get yourself in the right place. You can watch them all. I think the squad streaming and all that good stuff, but it's Ancient, Inferno, and Vertigo for MOUZ versus Heat. And over on ENCE versus Complexity, it's Overpass, Nuke, and Ancient. Now, I'll allow you to explore the results. We'll have Heku coming during the death segments to give you the lay of the land and how everything's unfolding. No spoilers here, Henry.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to spoil anything. We're just going to focus on what's in front of us right now, Chad. Try and keep up with this one. Well, here's a spoiler for you. It's going to be quite close between MOUZ and Heat. They're actually doing a great job on their T side, so they have a chance of tying things up to 5-5 as well.
Yeah, this is an important game for MOUZ. If they want to get towards the top of the group here, this is a must-win, I do believe. Heroic are in a position with their victory to try and grab the #1 spot. But I think if Mals take this one, then
that's the thing.
They're out of control.
Heroic, of course, just want to deny the playoffs for Astralis, right? That's what the grand prize for them is, making sure your rivals don't make it through the group. Will be not a good look for Astralis, all things considered.
There's a fair chance the Complexity can make it through as well here, so we'll have to wait and see how things unfold this evening.
Well, here we have it then. The tactical timeout is over, and we get into the next round here. MP9's been brought out once again, had to save weapons in the previous. As we do go 5-5, Farley aggressive towards middle, thinks better of it with the utility coming his way. He'll fall back towards the bathrooms. blameF towards long, residing behind the rocks. He might need a bit of backup from the sniper, to be honest with you. That's a difficult position to operate in a solo manner, as he will be tested as well. They need to hurry up and set up the crossfire. Speaking of which, 5 players for Heroic towards middle here.
Okay, so this is a different look. A lot of these rounds have been quite B heavy. And as they use the smoke cover over towards bathrooms, they can start setting up utility if they'd like. A explosion from Heroic, not too... Well, here we go. Here's the util we're talking about. So sjuush lining up something. Config is here in this. He's going to come up quite quickly here with the MP9. A tag through 2. Yabi and sjuush very lucky to be alive. And here's the flank. Config just unleashing the MP9 in the backline has drawn the attention of so many players. He's bought some time. He's got a kill, and he's actually done a significant amount of damage here.
Well, xyp9x is going to have a second go at it with the MP9 as well. The flanks are on as Heroic try and enter towards the A bomb site. Cadian with the bomb on his back here, and he's got CTs all around him. Glaive will make his presence known there. That's from the bank position, but Yabi very aware of the flank. Shuts down the MP9, but back and forth once more. 3 versus 2. It's stavn and Cadian with the bomb planted at least, but a lot of work to do here. stavn actually in towards CT spawn as Cadian with a pivotal frag here available towards the bathrooms. Will he detect him? And they have no idea of stavn's position. Look at that double spray down. Doesn't quite connect. His teammate will be dropped, and now all the pressure on towards stavn. He's got himself in a prime position, looking for the final kill. Not going to happen. blameF holds his nerve there, and these rounds are as close as you like, Chad.
That's 2 rounds that stavn's come down to a one-on-one scenario and been unable to convert right there. And both times he's been left in flustered situations.
He had a chance with the spray towards long. Being a bit cleaner, I dare say he wins it.
He could have repositioned at that point, right? He was stranded.
He was flustered.
That's a bit of an issue there for stavn, unfortunate. But the plant and the damage, it's noted once more. So
that moment.
That fight right there, yeah, you're bang on. And Cadian, I think he tagged blame through the corner of the wall there as well. So, yeah, it is really the tiniest of margins here separating the two at the moment.
Really? Yeah, it's kind of insane, to be honest with you. But Astralis, once again, get the round done. And round number 12 here, Farley exploring his options towards connector. They're winning the rounds, of course, but they're having to bring back MP9s just to have a bit of utility. Config ducking and weaving around the smoke. It doesn't work out for him again. Aggressive, of course, and dropped early. Advantage for Heroic. MP9 has not really been working out for them too well. And so much time for Heroic here. We'll see whether this incendiary will cause a bit of a ruckus. Maybe another spray down, a push from xyp9x. But fended off as blameF ties things up to a 4-on-4.
The reaggress here. To stavn. He's looking for the boost. He's
aware of it.
Assuming aware for anything coming his way, but maybe not that of the Glaive. These MP9s continuing to be an absolute menace here.
Bit of a hole in the door. Might be able to pull one back with it. Spots the player and just about gets the job done. xyp9x will deliver a headshot before being forced into the grave. 3-on-3, 45 seconds. TeSeS towards the bathrooms. And no one there to challenge him apart from Farley all the way back with the AWP. In terms of the utility, however, they've got 1 smoke, no flashes. Comes down to raw firepower here once again. sjuush will deploy a smoke.
The bomb's staying outside Monster. I'm not certain if this is going to pan out here because they know that Heroic love these silly games, and Glaive, he's one step ahead of Cadian. See, he knows the type of rounds that Cadian likes to call. They haven't left B. Neither have left B. This is the bomb. This is the round.
Oh dear.
See you later. You want to see tricky with this? Glaive's in your head.
Well, there it is once again. Over-engineered rounds and trying to be too tricky. It cost them it. They actually found that great shot towards Farley as well. They'd just been together with the bomb. They would have pulled it off, but the fake fails as it will be Astralis picking up yet another round.
This would be the type of round if I'm Glaive, I'd be yelling. I'd definitely be yelling something because, yeah, they completely read that type of a play. Heroic, they love that tricky business. They love to be all across the map and the smiles on the face. I'm sure that reflects. There's probably some comment that's been made in the comms right there.
Yeah. I think that's totally fair. Heroic now They save weapons once again, but money's going to be incredibly low. Those two rifles get no extra cash. So Deagles for stavn and Yabby, all for Cadian. And now we're starting to see a bit of a lead built up for Astralis here. Any more MP9s? Of course there are. glaive will have to operate with it here. They can't get a decent buy together, even though they're winning a lot of rounds.
Yeah, this is maybe not normal programming for a lot of people who've been watching Counter-Strike recently, because it tends to be these massive streaks with full buys going on all the time. But these two teams just locking horns, and as Henry mentioned, how close some of these rounds have been. We had consecutive rounds there with only a few players staying alive, even when Astralis were winning rounds. Here we go, searching silently with the AWP. You can see Cadian having to operate scoped, and this is the fight he needs to win. Finally will jiggle into it. That's perfect. Accelerating now. Cadian wants to try and beat the rotation here, and it's going to be met. Top of the site. Config's already rotated in position. He did catch that, and blame. sjuush. Just lurking around the map straight into that connector player.
Yeah, perfectly positioned once again. Back and forth. blameF not retreating, though. He holds strong towards that connector. AK-47. I love this position from him. Clean kill as well. TeSeS can't do any damage. Smokes himself off, trying to buy time. 45 seconds on the clock as they have to try and hunt down blameF, and they're going towards long with the bomb, and Config has actually left the site, so this could be the perfect call considering him trying to back up blameF.
Depends on how late Yabby activates here. They're going to be able to waltz into an open site. Config will need to acknowledge it at some point. The rotation very far away, and Yabby, has he found the perfect timing? Well, no, he hasn't. blame more than ready for this. Hasn't moved a muscle, and now Config can turn his attention towards long. A snappy shot onto stavn, and Cadian goes down too. Backflip over the fence. Great stuff from Config, and blame. It's going to secure them now the half victory. Astralis are up to 8.
Clean and crisp from Config, as you might expect there. Astralis surely have a huge advantage going to round number 14. Might see the first eco coming in here. Very well played by blameF. Didn't give anything up here towards the connector. 3 kills in total. Very tricky positions, and Heroic can't do anything about it as Config decimates them towards long. Very good awareness there. Round 14, and yes, indeed, finally an eco for Heroic here. PG-50s, Glocks, Tech 9s, you name it, they've got it, but no armor.
Has to be said that Astralis have withstood what's been thrown at them from Heroic. Heroic had them right where they wanted on multiple occasions, coming down to very close one-on-one situations. If Heroic convert those, Astralis are in deep water. So right now, Astralis have done everything they can and more to get themselves what should be another freebie. Remember that round where glaive maybe shot too many bullets over towards connector? Let's see if it spirals out of control again. I think they should be all good in the hood.
Well, that was the only utility they had. That one flashbang has done nothing for Heroic at this point, so they're still stuck outside the monster position. We still have 3 CTs towards B as they start to do a lot of damage now. Grenades and bullets throw down towards monster. That's Config to open things up. We've got glaive here looking to farm that cash, and it's looking quite nice for him, to be honest with you. Should be able to pick up all 3. Not quite. The double will do, though. That secures the round. Shouldn't be too dicey here.
Config steps up to the plate. Will convert. It's Cadian's turn. He's going to take down blameF. So at least continuing to be a nuisance here. Damage would be fantastic. If he can grab himself another kill or 2, that would be great going into the final round of the half here.
He has got armor and the AK. Like, he could justify saving it. It's not the end of the world. He can still buy utility going forward. But I'm sure you're right. He'll be looking for any sort of frags. Wants to make it easy for him.
Okay, well,
Gives himself a handicap, and it still works.
It worked.
That's nuts. Like, I guess in some weird way, it provided some sort of shroud with the smoke of the HE.
But imagine if he ran into it, Farley shot him before the grenade went off,
and he blew himself
went
up
to his own net. That would have been ridiculous.
Well, with another $300 farmed there, with that kill, he's got $1,300. As mentioned, already got a helmet, the AK, a Tech 9, an HE. He's absolutely fine for a full buy next round.
Yeah.
So, as you would say, Chad, no harm, no foul.
He's looking all good here, and he did do the damage. We were talking about 3 kills in the round. There should be enough for this buy to work on the Astralis side of things. Double AWPs to be carried across here. There'll be 1 in the hands of blame and 1 for Farley. We've got the B stream on screen. This is Complexity taking on Ants, and it looks like Complexity was starting on the T side.
Doing very well.
It must have opted to pick this map, so the fact they've got 7 so far, that's very good news if you're a North American Counter-Strike fan.
Yeah, JT team's famous for being good on Overpass. They're the master of flashbangs, I would say.
I made a tweet, I think it was last night, about how Zerk bringing some attitude to Complexity.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can see, like, first of all, the way that he
energy.
Yeah, that, and in the server, he's got a bit of flair about the fights that he's going for. Yeah. Somebody else that's found a bit of flair here during ESL Pro League Season 16 is Farley. So he's definitely started to re-peak a whole lot more. He's getting involved in a lot more fights.
Well, he won't be AWPing this round.
Yeah, this is interesting.
The team sniper in a double AWP setup doesn't get the opportunity to use a sniper. We'll see what they've got in store. I'm sure it's spawn-based. We're having some fun with it, but there are some reasons for it sometimes, I suppose. Might swap things over once they feel like the advantage is gone. But yeah, bit of a strange one.
Maybe he's not feeling it this game. We've all played with
He's 4 and 9, perhaps, yeah.
Not feeling it, and they're like, can someone else do it? Which is not necessarily how things should run at Tier 1 Counter-Strike, but these things can happen.
There's been weird rounds, though, as well, haven't they? Lots of pounce attacks, lots of fakes, backstabs, and speaking of which, Yabi trying to sneak his way in through Monster. Does a lot of damage, but he misses the grenade. No, that was a guaranteed frag. Had it connected, Zipex was done for. He was dead to rights. It doesn't work out, but at least confirmed damage. But that's a frustrating one. Fumbled the nade to lose the advantage. Astralis have got a very strong CT showing so far, looking for double digits as we flash over towards long as Farley with the AK-47 positioned with the AK. We'll see whether Config can back him up with the AWP now.
I'm just curious if there's any of this split up silly business late because we're down to 50 seconds. The flash forward, Farley's going to look for some information. How wide does he go? Well, wide enough for the kill on the stavn and the conversion on the TeSeS. Perfect work. This is looking like double digits now, and they're expecting the fast play up through the bathrooms. That's not the case at all. Heroic hadn't even decided on a side at that point. Cadian was just coming back over to greet the troops.
Well, protected by the AWP of Config. Farley does get the double, but there it is, another double in return. This time, Cadian bringing it back to the 3 versus 3. Flashbangs deployed. Is that the blameF with the sniper himself getting tagged, and this is starting to fall apart after getting a 5-on-3 advantage. I dare say the round is already lost. They're so low. Need to start connecting the dots and the shots.
Bomb's
10 seconds remaining, and yes, you're right. The bomb's actually on the other bomb side. This is a nightmare for them.
I guess it is silly business. Cadian's not going to stop, but he is going to be stopped by the Flames. Has to step out wide, and he can't make the shot. It's Zip on low HP from that early exchange. Zip and Blame very low. And Blame not known to be an AWPer here. It's Yabi and sjuush to close this one down, and sjuush is going to make the first. Very, very easy. Now it's just Zip. He's going to have to sit it. He's going to have to sit it right in front of their face, and sjuush will just peer around the corner. That's going to be a 9-6 half in favor of Astralis on Heroic's map Pig. This one's close.
It's very close indeed. Snatching away a 5-on-3 at halftime. And speaking of halftime, we'll take a break and be back with the second very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
What are they doing? There's only a couple of seconds. Oh, Ganscom, what they've done? Oh, very clean. Blame makes it so quick.
surprised. What I'm about to do when you are looking through my eyes. See many go, see many come. See that they won't bring it to me, son. Try me if you want, but won't be any fun. I'll take the challenge. I'll beat anyone. I'm the one. I'll be quite clear. Bow down to no one. I'm right here. I get it in. I don't fight fair. And guess what?
Welcome back, Counter-Strike fans. You join us here at ESL Pro League Group C Super Sunday. And we've got Astralis versus Heroic. The Danish derby is in full swing now, Chad. 9-6. An interesting first half, to say the very least. Lots of difficult rounds to watch at times, but the headline is Astralis lead 9-6, moving over to that T-side campaign.
Yeah, both teams in the early stages just getting involved in the yelling match.
Lots of yelling.
Katie and TeSeS, blameF, of course, getting in the mix here.
Well, I'm ready. I hope you are at home. This one's just warming up. We are going to have one smoke, couple of flashes. No P250s, no dual Berettas, and maybe the fast play towards B. All 5 of the Astralis members on this side of the map. A lot of damage being inflicted. Config will get the first kill, but quickly shut down by stavn, and in they go. stavn to call for the rotations, and TeSeS is there to back them up. What's going on? Jumping kills.
Okay, 8 bullets in this Glock that he's found. It's sjuush and Yabi now to deal with all of this. blame's going to take down sjuush and just on 19 points of health, hiding behind the smoke. Yabi's going to be chased down here, and Zip's going to be the man to find him. That's both pistols now for Astralis in this map. It comes down to the second round conversion. And in the first half, remember, they had so many M4s, it didn't work out so well for them.
Didn't at all. But on the T side now, the AK-47's available to them. Not too much cash on the CT side. And here's glaive & Co. getting the job done. As we said, quite a basic approach. One smoke down, a couple of flashes over, and the battle begun on the B bomb side. Xyp9x close things out there. You can see what it means to them. That's a huge round, but should be guaranteed the second. I say that with bated breath. 3 grenades about to be delivered towards the T steps. Oh my God, look at the damage being inflicted here. It is Config with the first kill. But still, the walking wounded have to retreat towards T-spawn. Config, though, more than happy to continue his assault towards mid.
Oh, now it's Heroic having to make sure they don't over-rotate, because if you see that many grenades, what are the chances that Astralis will just waltz in towards the B bomb site? blameF actually has a lot of space to work with here, and we've got a sjuush highlighted for play. stavn has taken an exchange. He's down to 41, and long seems like a pretty nice avenue. Config has made a sound cue. stavn noting that, steps out wide, and will get cleaned up. Another dink, so much damage, and it's just Katie and sjuush here.
Config, the one-man army.
Might be a chance.
Oh, he has... oh, here we go. I don't think there is one, potentially.
Come on.
Config, keeping it tidy.
Keep him coming.
Plenty of time.
Here's what's going to happen. Kadian's going to get the sjuush kill. He's going to pick up either the MAC-10 or the AK.
Which way does he choose? He's got the right choice so far.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Glaive. Hello, back of the head. No sjuush for you, Kadian. We've had that a couple of times where it's been close but no cigar, and now it's Yabi's turn just to, well, waltz around. See if he can find anything. These teammates haven't been able to other than damage. Farley 9, glaive 16, and Config 21.
Yeah, unfortunately, not get a single kill there, but Yabi might have a chance. If he checks the corner, it would still be very difficult with just the USP, but the clean sweep there from Astralis, just what they needed after winning that pistol.
And it's the standard recipe for success for Astralis right now. Config with 18 and blameF for 17. That right there, with those two popping off, is exactly what you'd be looking for if you want the team to be performing in the server. However, we always talk about that flux of nature. So it's good that we're getting both here for tonight's matchup. Everything rides on this one here for Astralis.
Yeah, huge round, of course, coming in. That was the full eco from Heroic. They will have a buy here, but concessions to be made. They got the M4 sure, but no kits, no helmets, and that's a problem. The MAC-10 is out to play and can do a lot of damage here. As we'll see the boost come in once more, that's actually going to be Yabi to open things up. Takes down Xyp9x, so an early advantage now for Heroic. They're on the back foot in terms of the buy, so we'll see if they can capitalize upon this.
All right, a little bit of a stack still resides over towards the B site right now, and Config is slowly slinking through to grab this space. He has Farley not too far behind, as Monster has been blocked for now, so searching towards A makes a whole lot of sense. Kadian on the site just goes down. Absolutely mincemeat. Absolutely wrecked.
That's a wild shot from Config. His confidence is peaking right now, and he wants more. This guy is hungry. Great shot to open things up, showing so much presence towards the A site, and he'll just deploy a smoke as TeSeS Knows he needs the intel here. What are they thinking?
Seen a lot of Heroic after they find themselves in these situations pushing forward. And, well, TeSeS is looking to do exactly that. He's found a bit of a timing here. Yabby needs to be on notice with the information that has come their way. There's still 2 players on the B side, and the rotation from stavn coming back, but Yabby needs to win this duel. Glave's on the other side, and he's being dinked. Swing out, sjuush into multiple members, can only get 1. It's stavn's turn, and he's going to stall another. 30 seconds left. They still commit towards B. It's a 2-on-2. stavn slinked towards the other side of the smoke. That molly is going to make things a little bit more difficult. Is it going to spread? Might just be able to stay here towards barrels. I don't think they'll ever expect this. And well, blame, he's been caught by TeSeS here. Back and forth we go.
This is anyone's round. Still way up in the air, but it's going to be Farley striking first. Down to the 1 versus 1 now. And we will see the bomb planted. Farley with defensive position. Only 7 kills so far. Hasn't got going, but this would be a huge one for him to clutch out if he can do it. Sits in the bomb site, but jumps up at the worst possible time, Chad. Almost offers it up for free.
Thought he might be catching off guard there, but if you're TeSeS and you're around that corner and you don't see the bomb planted in front of your eyes, it's either on the other side of that pillar or towards the side boxes, and well, he knew it was towards the side. So TeSeS does scoop this one up, puts Heroic back into winning ways. Their first round now on the CT side. And this is the thing, I thought that Farley might have been looking a little bit further for stavn, but well aware of that barrel position. There's the jump up. Felt like a lot of hang time. TeSeS had more than he needed. And Yabby looking a bit stressed, but also looking a bit fired up as it's a 4-round game still in the favor of Astralis. Another bomb plant going down. More money to get the purchase through, and Heroic are feeling a little bit of what Astralis did in the first half. MP9s.
Exactly. Yeah, they're certainly on the back foot, and this winning those rounds with 1 player surviving on what was already a difficult situation for them. We'll get right into it though. Cadian wanting to force the issue here towards middle. He will spot a player crossing towards the playground. It's going to be Farley. Can he find him? Clean shot. Needs to try and get out of there now, and he will be taken down by his rival in-game leader. That's Glaive. Pushing up towards long. TeSeS with the AK-47. We come to a bit of a standstill here, but it's the CTs exploring their options with those MP9s, of course, trying to hunt for information, making quite a lot of noise, to be honest with you. We have got players waiting for them towards T-spawn. That's blameF. Is holding back.
Feels like Yabby was just called off there. Looked like he wanted to surge forward, but called off at the final moment, and that was the right decision. A hard fight against blame, hanging out in the club. That doof music, but doof dead is Glaive. TeSeS, that was quite the shot. And this is the thing, they're going for a lot of one-on-one duels here. Both teams very biffy. The pace of this game, at least in the early stages, has been pretty high tempo.
It really has. And although it's a 4-on-3 in favor of Heroic, bear in mind they've got 2 MP9s here up against the 3 AK-47s, couple of flashbangs still here for Astralis, and 45 seconds. They'll be going for a contact play from what I can tell, but Config setting up the flashbang to just set them up. It's going to be a pounce maneuver. Yabby decides to fall back, calling for his teammates to rotate in, and they provide the covering fire here. stavn with the grenade and follow-up frag. That's towards Monster, gives him a huge advantage. A dink towards Config as well. This round should be done, but a decent Molotov will force the issue from Yabby, who gets out alive just about. Down to 19 points of health, and they might be calling for a bit of a save here. 18 seconds remain. Not really feeling it in the 4 versus 2. They opt to fall back, and you can see the hunt is on. They're not letting them survive this one. Yabby wants to get stuck in.
It's very quick, wasn't it?
I don't think they survived this, to be honest. They'll have to fight at some point.
It's taken a lot of space early here, and they're about to surge through this monster tunnel.
After the time, that's when they need to strike.
Really want to punish them. Salt in the wound right now.
There it is.
Through. That's 1, and the second kill is...
Oh, he doesn't check it.
Away. Didn't clear the corners, and Config will survive. The tiniest little nook and cranny there for Config to be hiding in.
No money for blameF, though. That's still a huge victory in that sense. Had they got both, it would have broken the back financially of Astralis. TeSeS doing God's work here towards the long bathrooms, and stavn, as I mentioned, rotating in, having to find multiple kills, do the damage. He certainly delivered, and they managed to deny some cash as well.
10 HP. So lucky to be alive. A stray bullet there from Yabby could have been the difference maker.
Well, here we go. Huge advantage, of course, for Heroic, but they did let 1 member survive. Config, who's been the danger man, to be fair, so far. He can win these rounds single-handedly if given the opportunity, and they'll be playing around him, trying to set him up. We've seen how powerful he can be towards the A side, hitting some incredibly precise and effective shots. And it makes sense, getting towards long, you know they probably don't have the AWP considering how close this game has been so far. And he's just going to be charging up, looking for the jewels, happy to take them.
Well, this is the thing, TeSeS is on an island right now. I use the term loose piece in the first half. You tend to have 1 player over towards A, just in no man's land. This isn't the case with TeSeS, but he is on his own, and he's got 1. There's the shot from Config, but they've already lost 2 teammates in the meantime. Config surging forward, the signature little hop.
I was going to say, does he just push the smoke? Thinks better of it.
They have 2 AKs now, so they can take time to work both of these. 50 seconds left, but their biggest issue is they've lost a lot of room. It's actually the flank that's possible from Zip here.
That does look quite interesting. It's got Yabi investigating his spots, but decides to fall back for now, and it's up to Config. As mentioned, the one-man army, this time not quite connecting the shot. Decent effort, but gets dinked in the process. Has no choice but to fall back.
I'm questioning, well, do they want to go down? I don't know if you want to hold on to these AKs again, and they won't have a choice in the matter there. Stavn gets two, sjuush the final kill, and it's just a 2-round game at this juncture. Heroic starting to bring things back now. They've connected 3 consecutive rounds on this CT half. To be an eco. Well, no, actually, it can be a half buy for Astralis.
It can, because that was an eco technically just them, but their money was already all over the place considering they had that AK saved. So a disappointing start to the second half here for Astralis. They're now down to just Tech 9s, Deagles, but they have got
like
a partial
this decision,
buy.
right? Because they could have gone for AKs on most of them. Again, maybe a few Galils in the mix, but they've just gone for something to make sure that they can get out Farley's AWP, the AKs for everybody, all the util for a standard round.
He couldn't even get going on the CT side. That's where you got to do most of your damage with the AWP, right? We even saw it towards the end of the double orb setup. He wasn't using it.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how that's unfolded.
7 and 14. He's been one of the absolute best performers for Astralis in this group, if not one of the best players in the group. So we'll see whether TeSeS can make light work of this mid-push from Config and Co. That's a really nice play. Get the kill, fall back, deploy the smoke, buy some time, more defensive line, and kind of funnels them back towards B.
I would hate to have to get through Stavn and TeSeS on the site, right? And these two are just so annoying. These pesky riflers. 21 now for Stavn, 17 for TeSeS. They spotted another, and the hunger is here. The bloodlust for these pistols is sjuush and Cadian looking to lock down proceedings on the B-bomb side as well. This flash, it'll give them at least something to work with. sjuush is blind, the shot is converted. Cadian with the trade, and there was trouble for a moment, but Game Leader will tie things up. And Zip, what are you going to do? You're going to grab yourself a gun? That's pretty cool. That's pretty nifty. Another kill towards heaven. That wouldn't be too bad either.
Well, Cadian will make light work of him towards the end as they find double digits on the heroic side, 11 to 10, but that was another partial buy. Astralis now losing 4 rounds in a row since winning the pistol to kick things off here. So they will have a buy available. Farley could buy the AWP. He's got exactly enough to purchase it without head armor. Can get just body armor, and we're waiting for his decision. He does purchase the sniper. So this is where we really get going in the second half. And Heroic, they have looked like the better team in these last few rounds. We'll see what they can make of it here. Is there going to be an aggressive stance? It looks like there might be. Incendiaries drop towards T-steps, and we have got the sniper of Cadian in towards Connector as well. Looking to challenge to kick things off here, but the Molotov will send him packing.
They're going to push here. They're going to push.
Absolutely are. The flashbang will come over, and what can they make of this? It's going to be the first kill for blameF, make it a double. They tried to challenge him, and he comes out on top. That's an excellent sequence of events for blameF. Barely took any damage en route.
Definitely proactive.
Yes,
there.
Absolutely proactive. Not necessarily the most effective, but proactive for sure.
Now they're in the dumps. They just have to sit back and allow Astralis to take this round. They've left Stavn on his lonesome for now. TeSeS and Cadian hoping they come back their way over towards A. Now Stavn, if he goes huge, he would have to go huge here. Absolutely massive. As, well, that's not going to happen. And Astralis should be destined for 12 here.
Almost certainly, Chad. And didn't really have to do anything too tactical there. Fed the kills. Yeah, flashbang over. You would assume a push is coming after the flashes, and blameF is more than aware. Double kill, calm and collected as he picks up 2.
Come grab this HE and the incendiary on the floor. You can carry it. We can see your belt's not full. Come on. Come on over.
Come get him.
Someone let him know. A bit of residual utility. Not too far away.
Well. Just what we wanted to see here. A tight game. Everything on the line for Astralis especially. Heroic already through the group, trying to get themselves into first place if possible. Not entirely in their hands, though. It comes down to the other results. And we're having a look at the complexity game right now. They've found themselves in a very strong position. 12 to 9 against Ents here on their first map as well. That's picked by complexity, looking to close things out. And I think they're down to a partial buy on the Ents side as well. So they're looking in very good stead to take that one.
Yeah, looking good for complexity. They won both pistol rounds here and starting to get things together on the CT hall. So a much better looking complexity in this group than I think anybody was
Absolutely.
expecting.
It'll be a shame if they don't make it through after so many good showings, but I guess this was a pretty brutal group, to be honest with you, and a brutal spray down there from blameF. Glaive confirming the round essentially with that kill towards stavn. And we're back into the action, ladies and gents. The Orbs out for Cadian. Same story for Farley once more. And a bit of a boost potentially here. You don't see it too often.
Okay, yeah, I suppose, and you look, he's wise. He stayed scoped the entire time. He can just take the shot up towards the balloons. Blame looking flicky here. It's an entry attempt, but we'll back off. Don't want to get caught off guard and spot some toes. So again, just being an absolute nuisance over towards this sewer position. TeSeS and Cadian have a lot of responsibility set up here, right? If they lose in either of these duels, the other player will likely get overrun, and they have a lot of room towards long. And here we go, Cadian has to hit this, he does. But they, well, I guess he could have made the jump himself. I was going to say, they know that there's two players down there now.
You can jump up there yourself. I guess it's noisier.
Exactly.
So that's the problem. So you want to get a boost from it. So it's maybe an assumption. There might be two in that position, but either way, it's a nice early advantage here for Heroic as they try and dismount and get out alive. Making a lot of noise en route. blameF might be hearing some of this.
It's the right evacuation strategy, right?
Absolutely.
They definitely need to hightail a player back over towards A, but if they tried to go up the connector, there's too many unknowns with how much space they go for long. So TeSeS will make it back, and Cadian reposition with the AWP. Let's see if he can find a second in the round. Glaive just has to overstep the mark here without a flash, and Cadian should have him dead to right, scoped away. sjuush doing his best ZipX cosplay here. Will take down the man himself, and the third, not too bad. And yeah, that looks exactly like what ZipX was able to pull off, wasn't it?
Pretty much a mirror round there. We will see a clean round there from Heroic. No one going down whatsoever. Quite a nice little setup as well, further than 1.5. And Cadian, he is absolutely feeling it. That's what we love to see. This guy is fired up beyond belief. There's still one round down. It's 12-11 in favor of Astralis, but this is a lovely setup here as well. sjuush mowing them down, as you mentioned, in ZipX style. One by one they come through. The Orb could do nothing about it. The bomb goes down, round over, and it might be another tactical timeout here as we're getting to the bookend of this first map. Picked by Heroic, and still anyone's game here. We have got enough money to buy on the Astralis side, but as to be said, Chad, that Orb really not doing much on the T side. Maybe just forfeit it and operate with 5 rifles here. That means you're going down to your B or C game at that point. It's not what you really wanted to be bringing to the table here.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find too many areas to break through so far. The 3 rounds on the T side, 2 of which came with the pistol and the conversion, right? So you have to keep that in mind here. And it can be very tough to call on the T side of Overpass. But something that a leader like Glaive, you would hope he'd be able to find some kind of solution to this puzzle. Inferno up next, Nuka's the 3rd and final if we do require it here.
I remind you today, close as you like. Round 24. Farley does indeed have the AK-47 flashbang to set him up and see whether he can get activated here, but once again, a disappointing finish and an early advantage for Heroic, 5 on 4, and there's just no response, there's no trade potential, and that's just a nightmare now for Astralis.
Yeah, the pacing when you're having a round like this, you want to make sure your connector player is ready to strike at the same time when, well, looking towards the balloons and top bathroom. Otherwise, use a whole bunch of utility to smoke off the front, get the molly towards divider. But none of that here, just a flash and go, and what an awkward angle. This heavy rotation, in true Heroic style, has allowed a lot of room for Glaive. Now, stavn, he has to be aware that this is a possibility. It would be one of the few possibilities. Oh, and he's actually mollied it off here. So, very aware. Very aware indeed.
What can Glaive do about this? Waiting for the teammates who are isolated behind the flames right now, but all good. 45 seconds, they still have the majority of the utility, getting closer and closer towards the bomb site. blameF calling for the flashes, he'll set them up. But there are 3 players for Heroic here. Cadian joins the defense with the AWP, and here comes the execution. Can they break through?
Oh, it's too late. They weren't moving on the flashes here. TeSeS is just going to make mincemeat of this. Cadian removes Glaive. It's Config and Blame. It's the heroes of the team, but it is just Blame. A 1-on-4 situation, and I think he's screwed. He's going to walk straight back into sjuush, and that's the round done. 12-12, all tied up.
Oh, that's what we like to see.
Oh, yes. Give us some more of that.
Guys, press tab. That's the immortal line that you need to
remember Group C, won't you?
The greatest banter in CS history. Guys, press tab. Well, if you do press tab, it is painting quite a grim story for Astralis. One of their star players, Farley, 7 and 17. ZipX, 9 kills. We have got blameF and Config at the very top with 22, 21. They're looking great, but That round disappointing, flashing in Farley at the start, 5-on-4. Didn't really get any purchase on the bomb side whatsoever with their flashes and smokes, and they're getting ran over right now.
Yeah, this is troublesome territory here. Now, look, they know that better off for them to convert this series and secure their own fate, Astralis. But
Sure.
Inferno and Nuke are up next. Now, we've seen them play a lot of Inferno. Tends to go pretty well for them. Nuke does become a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, a bit ropey there. A little bit ropey.
So that's where if they do go the distance, Nuke, I think, is going to be an absolute barn burner of a map.
Well, Heroic have looked very good in the last few rounds, only giving up 1 out of the last 6. And they've got the AK-47s here. 3 of them, in fact, in the CT defense, and 0 for Astralis on their T side. They'll have to operate with just Tech-9s and Deagles here. Farley not buying armor, Chad, suggesting he's going back to the AWP in the next round. Needs to find that confidence. That's what he's here for, the sniper kills. And Cadian, so is he. This one doesn't quite connect, though, but does get the information that a few players are towards that party position. And the party pooper, TeSeS, trying to shut it down. Doesn't quite happen. At least, though, he survives, doesn't give anything up.
Well, they know this. Well, at least they know the AWP's towards A. So if they want to try and pounce towards B in the interim here, they do have smokes and flashes to do so. Only 2 players on the site for now. Going to be once again the likes of sjuush and Yabi, and well, they're about to be overrun here. The flash is over. Yabi does need this first, and now sjuush can swing out, try and bump up the net. Could happen. But they can get into the site here. Good trading for Astralis. This would be the round to get them back in it. Yeah,
this would be absolutely massive if they can do it, and they've got every chance now. A 3-on-3 bomb planted, smoke off towards heaven as well, and it's an AWP on the retake. The M4A1S flashed off, couldn't find the bullets, and it is going to be considerable damage inflicted towards Zipex and Glaive, but still, it's a very difficult one. Heroic, as the bomb gets towards the halfway point here, smoke off towards heaven as well. They're gonna have to flash through and just go for it. Here are the flashes, and the swing will be coming around. They're going for a boost. Do they have time to go for this, Chad?
Oh, this is seeming very tedious now. TeSeS will grab 1, sure, but they need to get a move on. Config might ruin the party here. stavn has found him somehow, but there's no time for the defuse. Astralis have done it. The low buy pays off. Their 4th round now on the T side. It's a miracle round, but they'll take it.
Yeah, it's another sloppy one from Heroic there. They haven't had one of those for a while, but the boost, when the bomb's almost 3/4 gone, surely just start swinging. If you're going to be going for it, at least give it a go.
Half effort, right?
Yeah, like it didn't really feel like you had a chance. Even if you found 2 kills there, you'd still do well to defuse the bomb, but that's the decision they went with. Astralis will take that all day long. It started with this, a push up towards shore, catching Yabi and sjuush off guard, trading out kills. Zipex stepping up there with the Tech-9, and you can see the frustration setting in there as Astralis steal back the lead.
We've been talking about Farley not having a great game. Yabi hasn't been having a great game either. So in that B hold, when you have 2 anchors on the side like that, I know, most of the time it's happy for players to go 1 for 1, but one of them needed a multi-kill, right? It wasn't enough for them to just trade 1 for 1, because not only do they give up the bomb site, the plant, they give over the weapon, and at that point they can fortify the retake. And well, that was fantastic work from Astralis.
blameF considering the options there to play in front of the smoke, thinks better of it though. Round 26, still unclear who will be picking this map up. Astralis on the T side now with the advantage, but that's the operative word there. T side, and it's not the end of the world, but not at all. Not ideal at all.
It's the little details though. You can see these teams are getting a little bit flustered now with the utility usage. Zip's been snagged down to 40 HP in the meantime. It's been a wallbang through that connected position. Now this is all about the mind games, because it's very silent on the western front. Nothing to be heard over towards A at this juncture. B, very quiet as well, as Monster has just been re-smoked. And you need to note that sjuush still has 1 smoke and a Molotov remaining. Molotov's gone now, but a smoke left over. If he deploys this at around the 25-second mark towards Monster, they all will have to filter in through short. Well, he's holding on to a defensive smoke potentially here. It's actually been juggled over to Yabi, jumping and changing hands, and this seems like the right call. Well, have to deal with the front man, Acadian.
He's there with the AWP, looking for that 1 kill. He's calling for the rotations as well. Misses out on it, and now has to try and scramble back towards the bomb site. Yeah, he's done for. Glaive will take him down. TeSeS to be tested once again with the AK-47. They're trying to spray them down, but it's Astralis having full control, and that should be it. 5 seconds remaining. Yabi will leap through the smoke. Nothing can be done. It's the prime call there for Astralis. Did everything correctly there, finding the kills required, and Glaive, of a captain's performance, 3 kills in the round.
Massive stuff. Massive round. Katie, you can see how flustered he was. course.
Yeah.
That type of shot, he hit that type of shot yesterday on Nuke when he drops down the vent and kills the bomb crossing.
It's one of those positions, if you do miss it, you are absolutely buggered.
Oh, 100%. But this is the difference with the KDN we're getting right now in the server, who's not having the same level of performance that he's been having throughout the group. 16 kills, sure, still very serviceable. But some of the shots he's been hitting, he's hit a shot like that in the tournament so far. Now, look, we love it when the people at home get involved in the conversation, Henry.
Oh, of course.
I've had somebody tweet in, and he's labeled. His name is AI Kaz.
Okay.
And he's labeled Astralis as Robin Hood. He says, taking from the rich, Mal's Ents, and maybe soon to be heroic.
Maybe.
And giving to the poor, complexity and heat, the two teams that Astralis have lost to.
I can't believe that even happened. Astralis did lose to Heat.
That's why they're in this whole situation in the first place.
Well, I like that. That's a good analogy. Very well done. What was his name again? Mr.
AI Kaz.
AI Kaz. Nice work. That's certainly made me chuckle, and we'll see whether Astralis can seal the deal here as we enter round number 27. A full buy on either side, and that is one round away from picking up their opponent's map. That's Overpass, of course, chosen by Heroic.
Oh. Damage done to sjuush this time. He's low. KDN's flashed off to know exactly where he is. He's going to hit the hard one this time round. Making up for last round. He's going to bail out. That is very fortunate indeed.
He likes making it difficult for himself, doesn't he, old KDN?
These aren't places for orphans,
no,
really, are they?
certainly not. He flashed off as well.
Hello, KDN. Are you lost?
Yeah, well, he comes out on top. 5 on 4. As we're getting to the closing stages here of map number 1, so much damage being inflicted. glaive down to 16, but Config once again looking to make mincemeat of the A defense by himself. Does he check the corner? Certainly doesn't. TeSeS with a freebie there. 5 on 3 now. Round should be going in their favor, but you never know.
They're trying to change guns, and Farley's getting spammed through the smoke. Just having a rough go of it, isn't he? Well, Bogdan's law prevails, and glaive will have that AWP. There's cash available for Astralis with another buy, so they will give this 3 on 5 at least a look in. And Farley dismantled the boost. He's just strolled in. Only 8 kills, but that's a lot of impact. Now, stavn, he's going to deploy a smoke of his own design. Playing around it, Farley does have a gap to work with. Calls the pick clear. The bomb's loose now, but Farley can still be the difference.
Here we go.
Glaive's nades come into play. This is for round 15.
This was a 5 on 3 as well. They still have 30 seconds. glaive still on the AWP, looking towards heaven. Farley has done so much work, and he's actually encroaching towards us in his full position, and that's an absolute banger towards heaven. A chance to close things out there, but can't convert, and needs to find the bomb. It's in no man's land there in an awful spot. TeSeS can just control this, and he absolutely does. Confirms the round for Heroic, 14 to 13, but still, it was under great scrutiny there, with a couple of great shots coming in from Farley, and indeed glaive.
Wow, okay. Well, they made that one interesting. They're really keeping Heroic guessing here. This shot, just on the boost. Just
beautiful.
See you later. Great shot from Farley there, and using this smoke against them. The nade, the low HP Yabi, he goes down as well. This shot was fantastic from glaive, but TeSeS, he's been having a great game here, up to 26 kills, a massive clutch to win. Remember the clutches in the first half were going against stavn. Well, TeSeS will get one back for Heroic, but problems in the buys here. 2 MP9s, an AWP, 2 M4s, and if they're too proactive over towards this B side of the map again, they might find themselves in hot water. Blame is backed off, very passive for the push, and it's a faster pace. They're crawling quite quickly towards A. They're past the AWP of KDN here. He will be boxed in momentarily. Unless he can get this kill against Config towards long, he can buy himself a bit of space, a bit of room.
He looks a bit uncomfortable right now. His teammate will be receiving the bottle of flames towards the bathroom as well, trying to work together, but this is getting very awkward for them. TeSeS opened things up. Farley dropped. No chance of a trade. That's a solo play and doesn't work out for Astralis whatsoever.
Well, Astralis looks like they've ripped a page of the Heroic strat book here. The bomb is still outside Monster while this A search has been going on. Looking for space, trying to send Heroic into a passive stance. It hasn't paid off here just yet. Now, if they can rumble KDN in this upper bathroom position, reset the level, and unfortunately, KDN, he was ready for that. So Astralis in a 3 on 5 again.
Once again, they managed to make it very close and bring it back all the way to a 1-on-1. There are a couple of MP9s, but Chad, to be honest, on the B bomb side, that's a perfect spot for them. Up close and personal towards Monster, they can do a lot of damage, but we're actually heading back towards A by the looks of things.
I question if this is the mind games coming in late now, because the B bomb site has been a bit of a leaky sieve in some of these rounds. Yeah. Maybe they're going to hedge the bets over there, but there's still 2 players standing tall, TeSeS and KDN, to secure 14-14.
Has to be a clean kill from glaive if they're going to stand any sort of chance here. Here comes the swing, and he does find that first shot. Cadian, the last line of defense, calling for the rotations here, but he is doing absolutely everything to defend the site. 5 seconds remaining. It doesn't matter. It will be stavn to close things out, tie things up, and potentially get them one step closer to victory, because there's not really a buy here as we go 14-14. 3K for blame, 2,500 for Farley. They might have to give this one up.
If they got that plant, they could have had a buy. That's the difference maker here. The fact that bomb didn't go down, it actually really stings. And Cadian with a hugely impactful round. This one here means there's no way to sit that plant for blame. Has to try and defend his honor right there. And yeah, here it is. Cadian happy with that one. TeSeS really loving life right now. He's 27 kills, 7 assists as well for TeSeS.
Amazing scenes here, and Astralis on the back foot in more ways than one in this particular round and under group as well. They have not qualified for the playoffs at this point. Heroic have, and they're trying to deny access for their adversaries here. Round 29 coming up, and not a lot to work with. Astralis will have to make do with the Tech 9s. As we mentioned, a partial buy is available to them. They have won a couple so far on Overpass, but it's going to be a tricky maneuver here. They only have 2 helmets as well, a couple of smokes, and we'll see what they can make of it. Maybe a fast B play is on the cards.
Oh, it's looking very quick here. Flashes at the ready. They've taken a pause for a moment. It's a 3-man B start, and the util starts with the procession of nades. The flash, Yabi, this is his time to shine. 2 big kills, up to double digits now. Arriving when the team needs him most. Yabi's looking for more, but it's stavn who's going to try and finish things off. sjuush will avenge his fallen comrade, and Heroic, 15 rounds on their map pick, just 1 more required.
Absolutely true, Chad. Overtime still a potential, but Astralis will have to do something remarkable here. They are being shut down left, right, and center. Heroic looking very strong. TeSeS 27 kills, 25 for stavn. Cadian bringing it to the rear with 20 frags himself. That B bomb site has been locked down. We will see a Galil for Farley here. No AWP to work with. They have got the AK-47s elsewhere. Double AWP set up for the first time now for Heroic. It's going to be stavn on the secondary AWP. We know he's potent with it. And Cadian even more so.
Just a swing around the top of the tree there, seeing if anybody's home. And oh dear, Spam quite low here. Down to 21 points of health. Fortunately has that AWP, but you can see how sketched out he is, taking pot shots if anybody's hot on the tail. It's Zip versus TeSeS. This could be the first frag of the round, and coming through, Zip. He's coming alive, 12 kills for him, and that could be one of the most important he's had so far.
Absolutely true. That is a massive pre-fire. Takes down TeSeS, the danger man over the last few rounds, and we will see Glaze smoking off the bathrooms here. stavn will lose vision. A bit of a boost potentially here, Chad. Players around in blameF there. Silent dismount. They're going to push offshore. They think it might be clear. This is a key moment now. blameF has a chance to get a double kill, secure the round. One would do. One would do nicely, even if it's an equal trade.
How are they going to clear this? sjuush from the low side and Yabi from the high end. They do get the trade, but he's so low, and Cadian too. The AWP needs to find something, and another shot whistles past. He misses and somehow survives. That was stavn, not Cadian. The secondary AWP in the round.
Well, there we have it. Looks like overtime is confirmed. 2 players very low indeed. Cadian would have to do some unspeakable things here on the A bomb side to survive. Astralis, it all started towards a connector with a ZipX kill, and it ends with a ZipX frag. There it is, 15-15, all reset now. Astralis will be starting the T side. Chad, who have you got going forward in this one?
I don't know, this one's too hard to separate here. We're gonna have to take a quick break, give these teams a moment to catch their breath, and come back to try and separate the 2 for map number 1. Remember, Heroic's pick, and they would love to get the victory over Astralis here today.
Hey Future Pros! Today I wanted to show you a setup Heroic used to get a free cheesy kill on a CT playing towards B short boost spot. Overpass has a lot of double and triple nade possibilities, but let's start with this one. For this pro tip you will need 3 Future Pros, 3 HEs and 1 molly. Future Pro number 1. You will be throwing the short molly to stop any CTs from pushing and one of the HEs. To throw your molly you will need to stand on the edge of this shadowy area. Aim at the bottom center of the B, then jump throw the molly. Next, make your way to the surf ramp. Look for this dark line and stand in front of it. Aim to the right of this grate along this line. Then simply running jump throw the nade and you are set. Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the other HE. Head to the same surf wall and position yourself between these 2 white cracks. Aim along this line of the grate halfway to the right side. then running jump throw the HE. Future Pro number 3, guess what you'll also be throwing? A HE. To throw yours, head to the surf wall with your other Future Pros. Stand over the bottom corner of this red smudge. Aim along the second line of the grate close to the center, then running jump throw the HE. If anyone is close to the boost, they will take some hefty damage. If they're unlucky enough to be boosting, well, you probably get 2 free kills. Happy nading.
Back this space. Body's under pressure. Been good for it. How does he still have more nades? They've just dropped all of their HEs for body. That's the 3rd nade he individually has thrown. Now he'll withdraw. They've gained mid, though. They finally gained mid. This is eluded Mouse through so much of regulation. So this seems to be the change-up. This seems to be what they discussed, is emphasizing this mid control, taking this space. Now seeing what it can get them. Put so much pressure on the B players. Afro has to float back to respect it. Body's even maybe going to come back to support him. Opens up possibilities for Mouse.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League Season 16 Super Sunday, and we have got overtime here to kick things off in this best of 3 between Astralis and Heroic. Overtime everywhere it seems, Chad, as we got the Mouse and Heat game also doing the same.
Yeah, that was wild. I think it was 15-7 for Mouse at one point there. So Heat, who can't qualify, still putting up a fight. That is resilient stuff. Now we know Heat are going into the RMR in a couple weeks' time, so great to see
the reps
them.
in.
Yeah, just taking every game as serious as they can. Trying to make sure they're in good shape to try and qualify for the major, but we are back underway here. Heroic versus Astralis, the Danish derby, and we're not pausing whatsoever. Config melted down. Glaive has taken a chunk, and Farley, well, by the good graces of overtime, can get out an AWP on the T side.
He can. $12,500 per player in the new overtime rules, and hasn't done too much with the orb so far, but Config's certainly done a lot with this AK-47. He is stampeding up towards the A bomb site, and he is rewarded with a kill. That is not very tactical, but certainly quite impressive.
Makes a lot of sense, though, with some of the setups we've seen Heroic deploying, right? Either these heavy 4B leans where TeSeS is on his absolute lonesome. So Glaive just letting Config go kill.
Yeah, let him off the leash.
Strategy.
Why not? If it works out, you're very happy with that. And they're going for the B pounds, but no one has rotated whatsoever. They're more than happy to defend now. It's a very strong and potent crossfire here.
Just walking in. Oh, flashes over. Doesn't do a whole lot. Keddian gets the first. Yabi and sjuush, they combine. Now Astralis, no, we picked the wrong bomb site. There's still
Definitely
three
did.
here.
It didn't really show enough, though. When Config just finds a kill elsewhere on the map, it doesn't suggest that everyone's coming over. Quite the opposite, in fact. And now just Config, the man who opened things up, his teammates found 0 kills on top of his opening incision there.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one. But this truly is like mind games at that point, right? Because you'd expect them to at least play 2-2, or do they push for info, or do they play a retake setup? Config gets chased down by the nade and the USP bullet to Keddian there. So good stuff for Heroic. Going to pick up the first round here in overtime. Inferno next, Nuka's the third.
Wow.
The context here, Astralis, if they win over Heroic, who are already qualified for the playoffs, they can secure themselves the third and only spot left in this group. Mouse and Heroic, before coming into today's matches, were already secured a spot. They are fighting for the #1 position, whereas Astralis are fighting for their life in this tournament.
And just a note, coming first in the group sends you straight to the quarterfinals. So you skip a stage of the round of 12, and we'll see now number 2. 3 rounds to be played here in overtime. It's going to be the first in favor of Heroic. Bit of the spam battle coming through, but no damage inflicted as of yet. TeSeS will be just investigating towards the playground. He might have found the perfect timing here.
Should have him, yeah. Farley not ready for this. He's just throwing the U2.
Oh, the bomb.
And that's a lot of information.
Oh, no.
He slightly smoked it off, so if he throws a molly behind it...
Exactly. That's all he really can do. Waits about maybe 10 more seconds and drop the molly, but Zipek can still pick that bomb up.
He's aware.
So the smoke was a bit too deep, right?
That's a bit of an unfortunate one there from TeSeS, but...
He didn't necessarily want to patrol that by himself regardless, but buying a bit more time would have been nice.
Well, they have to go B. They've had stavn and connector, and Config's already found this room. Another clean one from Config. His aim's been on point from the pistol round now to overtime. sjuush under pressure here. Defensive smoke deployed, and can't stick the landing. Blame. He's going to dispatch of him. Keddian molly down now as well, and the nades, they just keep on coming. TeSeS is gone. The push is coming here. Config, can he hit another one? It's down on the other side of this. Stepping forward, spamming battle, but 3-on-2 in favor of Astralis.
That was a very important battle towards Shore, but both members remain alive for now. Blame spots the AWP towards CT, and Cadian, he'll be dropped. Great response here from Config. They know where stavn is. They've already spotted him towards Shore, but is there anything he can do here? The speculative spam towards water was almost rewarded there, but he's still got the incendiary, a couple of flashbangs, but time is of the essence now. They'll hold up. Don't really have to challenge too much here. Get the intel as to when he's entering the bomb site. That should be it. Zipex will spray him down. Takes a lot of damage, but we tie things up once again. 1-1 as we go into the final round here.
Just too many unknowns.
Right.
If you're down in that situation, where can they be? Everywhere was the probable
Potentially.
answer. So a few issues, but it's Config again, right? This time it's not the opening kill of the round, but it's the opening kill of the site.
Well, they lost the opening kill, right? So they had to go towards B. After TeSeS pushing towards the top of middle, gaining the bomb control, Zipex had to hightail it back towards the site. They had to go through, and they trade very effectively.
It's an educated guess as well to waltz into B, because if TeSeS is going to be that aggressive, there must be some support. Right? You wouldn't assume he's on there on his complete own, and they were right. Yabby looking to own a couple. Smoke's going to land at his feet, but he's just going to keep pushing forward. Yabby giving one over to Farley here, both of which have been having rough games.
Yeah.
Hail Mary heroic attempt does net them a man down, so that's not how they wanted to kick off this one.
That's a strange one to kick it off there. Farley will take it all day long, of course. Bomb now down in T-spawn once again as they just feel the reactions out. They've got the early advantage. They've still got a boatload of utility. And starting to probe towards long once again is Config, but he's got the AWP to deal with this time as Cadian. Very strong position. Can be flashed off. They can do a run boost as well if they'd like. But Config likes to take the... Yeah, that suggests, Chad, he's about to full send it by himself.
Not dry. Come on now. Oh, it might be perfect.
Out.
The dry pick might be perfect. Config, are you a genius? He's just been able to find the perfect timing here. He's around the corner. Cadian strikes back into Config. Hello. No flash. No announcement of the presence. And now heading straight towards this A side. He's got multiple members to back him up, but no commitment here from Astralis. They're actually going to play this one back towards B.
Wacky round here. Their timing's working in favor of Config. Yields him yet another man advantage, and he's happy to stay here. All on his lonesome. What a shot that is! Absolutely eviscerates TeSeS there on the A bomb site. His teammates, they'll take that. They're actually going to send it now, and it's down to the spray of sjuush, still alive for now. Somehow the USP will be drawn out. He does so much damage. They're ultimately at 3 versus 1. stavn rotating in for a connector. They need to go for the safe plan. The default could sabotage their efforts, and thankfully planting at the truck itself. It's the final round. There'll be no saving here, Chad. He's got to go for it, but wow, what an exciting procedure that was.
They've given stavn something workable here. The low HP doesn't have to be headshots. Just a couple to the body might be enough. He's cleared the corner of Blame. That's a fantastic shot. There's kits in play and plenty of time here. stavn needed to isolate these jewels, and the jump. He's been legged. It might have saved his life. The mouse wheel has come in handy for once, but maybe not. Zip rounds the corner. That's going to be Astralis taking the lead in the first half of overtime here. And now they get to be on the defense. So this is looking good for them to close.
What a wild round that was. Config with a beautiful shot there. A gift from the gods. It was Cadian who was giving them the man advantage, but it was all down to these timings here. Do or die for Config, and he absolutely steps up to the plate there. Zipex confirmed things. The 3-on-1 didn't work out for Heroic as they switch over now to the T side. Astralis with the double up setup once again. This time Farley allowed to join in the duties of the snipers.
It's fortunate, isn't it? Well, he's set up and deployed. Not going to find the mark. Dave now unleashes his on the doorway.
But just to note, 1 round will secure a map point for Astralis on the CT side. You'd give them the upper hand here. Double up setup can be difficult, especially if the bomb goes down. The retakes become a bit of a nightmare, but we'll see what they can make of it. Very early stages here. In round number 1, connect control for sjuush, and Cadian and co making their way towards playground to investigate middle. I've got Yabby, of course, outside the monster tunnel for any CT presence. Smoke off towards the bathrooms. And this is where they'll start investigating. Trying to push the CTs back, denying vision. They're actually sending the bomb back towards B. So TeSeS just trying to suggest presence on the other side of the map.
Good flash, Zip turns it, but not adjust in time. So a quick one there from Yabby.
Classic Zipex position, isn't it? Up close, flashed off.
Oh, now this is where we question how Heroic finished. Do they group up, trade efficiently, and hit a bomb site, or do they spread out and
Make
picked up one at a time.
They make things too complicated for themselves sometimes with all these fakes. And when you have the man advantages and you've given a couple of those rounds up, I would agree with you. Just get together and try and close it out cleanly. Farley, though, investigating towards Connect. Actually hits a collateral now. That's 3 players here with the AWP. Takes one down with him. Keeps the round possible for Astralis as we enter a 3 versus 3. blameF in position towards the truck. Needs to find at least one here. He'll spot the shadow. First spray down is his, and it's a double. Bomb drop. 10 seconds remaining. And that is going to be map point for Astralis now. Well held, especially from Farley, who's been quiet this game. Hits 3 players in total with the collab.
Yeah, good stuff from Farley there on that AWP. Cadian, try and hold on to this open. They will oblige, but it's all for naught here. They've got plenty of cash to spend, Heroic. Remember, it is overtime, so everyone can buy back in. There's no dramas here. Very worrying signs for Heroic now. This is the Farley highlight. There's Yabby gone and Blame on the top of the site. So you can see some shadows there as they're coming in. He does get that good grace, even on the second. So that's a great little replay right there. And Blame looking happy with himself. He should do. Just one more round now for Astralis. And then we move to their map choice of Inferno. Looking very likely now.
Absolutely true. Stealing away their opponent's pick would be massive for morale. They've got 2 opportunities to do it here on the CT side. Double up, set up out. Once again, looking strong. Great input from Farley in the previous round. A lot of damage inflicted. He'll be positioned towards long this time. I believe he's on the flower bed. We'll see whether he can open things up. A position you don't see too often these days.
Yeah, and he's gone. So not hanging around for too long.
No.
Not enough of smelling the roses. Front side smoke deployed here to at least cause some investigations for Astralis. It's Farley the man taking that space, and now they've actually flashed down towards long as well. So the sound cues, Astralis can piece together a picture of what might be going on the other side. It is very quiet towards B. Just Yabby, solo defender over there for now. I say defender, I guess at some point he might need to become an attacker. Just babysitting the backyard. There's a lot of space for Heroic. 45 seconds on the clock. A smoke deployed to long. Actually, a smoke for either team over towards long right now. It has to be the A finish. Look how committed the bomb is towards long on Cadian, Henry. They have to go in towards the Lion's Den of this A site, and there's a 3rd man coming over. Yabby does get the kill towards B. That might change things.
Well, Farley to step up once again. Flashed off, spots the shadow, but nothing he can do. 5 on 3 in favor of Heroic, and they are coming in thick and fast towards the A bomb site. It's Glaive, who needs to find at least a couple here. blameF to open things up, and he can deny the plant here. This could be enough for Glaive, but still, he goes down.
Zip has a nade. If he gets this in time, maybe it's going to stop the plant. The bomb's got down. They need to get on it. They need to plant it now. There's somebody punching in the digits. Heroic should have this. Oh, dearie me.
Damn.
What a perfect nade that was.
It could have been enough, Chad. A couple more seconds, and the round goes in his favor. The defense towards the A bomb side, it was strong, but they couldn't quite hold on with the man disadvantage there. blameF and Glaive working in tandem. A scrappy finish, but Heroic hang on. 1 round will do it to force double overtime here, but here's the replay. Yabby, this is where the first kill was found. Config, the danger man removed. Farley did nothing there, but the HE was everything with 7 seconds. So you can see at the top of your screen, they still had enough time to plan and confirm the round. Zipex had to go for it, so they won't be closing things out here. They still have 1 more opportunity on the CT side to pick up Overpass here and send us to Inferno.
Really had to scramble there, didn't they? Config spamming down Rage. He's going to take an alt bullet. TeSeS is actually going to chip away at him as well. Jousting over towards this short position. We'll deny any early info here, but look at this strat from Astralis on the CT side. Keeping 3 players over towards the B site for now. Another smoke deployed towards Monster.
Very quiet now. Tension is rising.
I think the biggest issue for Heroic is the fact that Blame is still alive in Connector.
Right.
Because they haven't cleared out Connector means there's no easy way to rotate between the bomb sites. There's the flash, the nose flash on Monster. There's no swing off the back of it. Farley's taken down stavn. The second flash comes through, but through the gray screen, this might be it.
Could be. They've got a massive advantage now. Zipex with the blind kill towards Monster. TeSeS low as well. 40 seconds remaining. Cadian having to take matters into his own hands, but he's getting backstabbed here. blameF should confirm Overpass at this stage. It's their round to lose. It'd be an absolute nightmare now in the 5 versus 1. It looks like they've done enough to steal the map pick of Heroic here. 1 more kill will do it. sjuush Ready and waiting as Zipex does it. There it is, the first map going in favor of Astralis. A great performance and a great showing from both teams, Chad. This one's just warming up.
Yeah, this is fantastic news for Astralis fans out there. One more map away from locking themselves in towards those playoffs. But Heroic, well, they're not able to push their rivals, their countrymen, into the dirt just yet. They'll have to hope that they can pull it together once they get to Inferno, the second map of this series. But first, we need to throw it to a break and hand you over to Parla and the desk to break things down.
Let's do it.